Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About Math Rock Lesson 2. Today we will look at arpeggios. Arpeggios are when you take the notes from a chord and then play them individually in any kind of sequence. But before we start, I'd like to say thank you for the people that watched the first video I did on chords. I really got some good advice from that and what I can do next as well. So thanks for watching that, and thank you if you liked and subscribed also. Today what I aim to do is give you, show you how we can incorporate arpeggios into your songwriting techniques, giving you extra tool to use in your songwriting toolbox. So relating to the first lesson I did on chords, we are going to look at extended arpeggios. So hopefully by the end of this lesson you'll be able to combine the two together, so you can have to come up with some new songwriting ideas. It's worth noting what Reddit user Darren47 pointed out to me, that usually within math rock what we hear is diatonic, meaning that the notes or chords or anything in the song really, like harmonic wise, is within the key, so we don't really hear stuff that's purposefully sharpened or flattened to sound odd. But you do get that in quite a lot of music. It's used very well, but I mean more things like that sounds more in the genre of blues or jazzy kind of music. And but with these videos I don't want to be too theory heavy. I just want them to be straightforward so you can take something away from it and get working on it. If you are interested in the theoretical underpinnings of all of this, then you can find plenty of information online and other video series, so I won't waste your time here. Well, now that's out the way with, let's get on to arpeggios. Again, I have some examples and the arpeggios themselves. I'll put them in the link and I'll hopefully get them on the screen for you as well so you can see them. Today we're going to look at extended 7 arpeggios and extended 9 arpeggios, and I have 2 examples for each one. First we're going to look at the major and minor 7 arpeggios. With major and minor 7 chords we have 4 notes to make up the chord. So these arpeggios are just those 4 notes in a repeated order. So if you play them along with the chord, then you'll get the same tonality. So let's take a look at what we have here. So let's start from the 5th fret, just as easier to play from there with these shapes. And it's worth bearing in mind that I made these shapes so you can find other variations of them online, and you just see these are what work best for me, but you can find whatever works best for you. So first we have major 7, so I have root 6th position, meaning on the E string, and root 5th position, meaning starts from the A string. So first one we have, you can see here, is a major shape, so major 7. And then next, let's go over to the A string on the 5th fret. So here's your major chord. So you can hear the tonality there. Let's move on to the minor variation. So we have first is minor 7 in a 6th position, starting from E. Okay, and then we can have it from the 5th position, starting from the D on the D on the A string. So. Okay, so I hope you can hear the tonality there, the scale, the arpeggios and the chords, how they fit together. So I have some examples for you now. These examples, again, I'll include in a link. I actually tabbed them all out. They're quite basic, but if you want to learn them, you can. But I just want to show you how we can incorporate the two together. So here's example 1. It's in C major. First we have F major 7 into A minor 7 into C major 7 and ending on a minor 7, but in a different root position. Play it a bit quicker. Sloppy at parts, but it's there. So with this I try to put the chords and have the runs in between to try and get some cohesion between the two. So I hope you can hear what I'm getting at there. So with one guitarist in your band you can do something like that, but if you had two guitarists, a guitarist keyboard, you can just mess around more with the arpeggios, or vice versa, and one person play the chords. So second example I've got here is starts with C major 7 into a D minor 7 and ends on a F major 7. And it goes like this. Okay. Okay, so that's just a quick example there to show you. There could be a little filling part in a song. Okay, so let's move on next to major and minor 9 arpeggios. So with this, when we go to major and 9 shapes, we're adding an extra note. So instead of having 4 notes, we have 5 notes now, giving us an extra note to play with, and you can really add something more to your parts like this. So again, I have 2 examples for you. The first one starts with a major 9 into a D major 9, then into a F sharp minor 9 into a B minor 9. Okay, let's try to play this one. Oh yeah, there's that example. So there, with the extra notes, I could add some kind of tapping part in there. And the last example I have for you today is a part from a song I wrote for my band Mountains, and I'll include a link again so you can hear how it sounds with the full band behind it. So this one's simple, just it's an F major 9 into a C major 9. with this one, I have the F major 9 there, and I'm just playing the actual notes from the chord itself, and then I put a run. And the run is a C major 9 run, but arpeggio run, but I added the F from the first chord, so just to give it something a little extra. So I think that's all we have for today, so let's check. Yeah. So some things to keep in mind, I'll leave you with this. You don't always have to stick with the same chord, same arpeggio equivalent. For example, any major extended chord you could play with another major extended chord as long as they're not altered. So for example, if you played like a C major 7, if I played a C major 9 arpeggio over the top, that would be fine. It would give it the tonality of a major 9 instead. Also, in the examples I've included minor 11 arpeggios, so if you want you can work them in as well. And also try to remember, just because you make something more complicated doesn't necessarily mean it's better. Try to, well, when approaching music, I believe that it should be playing with the audience's emotions, basically, or what do you want to convey to them, and really what do you want to get out of the piece as well. And lastly, try not to be too rigid with this system, meaning don't do everything by the book. If you find something that works, that sounds good, then by all means include it. And keep this in mind, and I'm sure you'll do just fine. Okay. Well, that's it for this lesson. I hope you find this useful and you can start coming up with your own song parts. As always, don't hesitate to ask me if you don't understand anything. There is stuff that usually I forget and gets later pointed out to me. So yeah, please ask, and also please show me what you come up with as well. I'd like to hear that. And so thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and see you next time. Goodbye.